Hi guys, you may or may not have noticed on recent videos behind me, usually on my Joker mirror, has been a bit of material, a bit of something white. I've bought a massive bit of white satin from Hobbycraft. It was a metre length, didn't realise it's actually over a metre in width. Why did I buy it? Well, with my watch videos were my staple part of my YouTube channel. So it was mainly the watch videos I started first. But I've always done them very rudimentary, so it's very basic, very simple, just my hands and a background, which has normally been a background against the computer, and that background is normally a white t-shirt. I say normally, it's always been, since the very start, this same exact white t-shirt as a background. Which I thought, well, that's getting a bit boring, isn't it? And it could do with a change. So I looked for a background, something else, ended up thinking, oh, white satin will do. The only thing is, white satin is quite thin, you can sort of see your hands through it. But if you double it over, it's fine, especially when there's light on it. When there's light on it, it reacts a lot better than other materials, which is why I got it. But it's in one large sheet. I've got to put it into sort of a square as much as I can, which means getting the sewing machine out and doing some sewing. Yeah, so that's like the cake that never got made, but I will get round to it. I will do this. You will see me with a sewing machine on here sewing a big large square to make this into a decent background for my watch videos, and then I use ordinary lights, tubes, that sort of stuff to light it with. Now obviously with the watches and stuff, I keep saying I'm not going to do that many because I haven't got room to put all the watches. There's a lot of work involved in things like putting batteries in and stuff. You have a big pile of them to put batteries in, and it's having places to store them. Obviously some of them break occasionally. I've just thrown away a Pulsar one. This is actually the strap part of it that I've kept, because the Pulsar watch, unfortunately, it's had countless batteries in it and it still won't work, so that's gone in the bin. But I'm still going to do some watch reviews, because I'm going to get more watches to replace. As ones fail, ones will go, and as ones become part of collections, if there's a watch specifically that I see that's part of a collection that I've already got, then I will probably end up with that, which I keep saying that. I don't mind. So my latest purchase from the internet was also to help me with my watch reviews. So a new background and then diffusers. These are from a company called Newer. Newer do camera filters and many other camera bits. These are just literally white socks that go over a light to provide softer light. And as I use a normal spotlight sometimes, as well as tubes, when they're on the spotlight, they actually just diffuse the light and actually work really well. So this also brings me very nicely onto the subject of the Sony 5000, and as you can see, I did eventually get a lens. Didn't pay too much for it. I managed to get a decent guy on eBay that was selling this one with a make me an offer. Most of these have been going for about 90 odd quid, 75 to 90 quid. I was watching a few. Guy had make me an offer, so I offered him 40 quid for it, and thinking he's going to say no because they're always going for 75, and he took 45, so I was like, yep, that'll do me. It's a brilliant lens and it's a brilliant camera. I can't recommend these Sony cameras enough. If you're going to buy a mirrorless compact camera, so you've got compactness and size, it's very small, even though with the lens on it makes it a bit bigger, but without the lens it's a tiny little camera. You can't buy the 5000 now, but you can still buy the 5100, strange enough, in the shops for about 400 quid. The latest equivalent models now, new models, the 6100 and the 6400, are £1100 and £1500 respectively, but they have got a viewfinder on them. At that price I think they're too dear. Over £1,000 for a compact camera like that. The A5100 or 5400, less than 500 quid. These are really good cameras. I love them. The noise handling at night is fantastic. Good pictures during the day. They're just really good cameras. Did go out an opportunity to do some night shots at the car show, which I was expecting it to be similar, or I thought it might be worse than the Panasonic. Actually, it's better. You have to remember to do a few settings, so I had to turn off the image stabilizing when using it on the long exposure. Now most cameras you do that. The Panasonic, I forgot that the Panasonic automatically does it. When you go into long exposure, Panasonic turns off the image stabilizing automatically. This one you have to turn it off yourself because the image stabilizing is in the lens. But once you've done that, night shots with long exposure are very good. But actually handheld, night shots using just the ISO and noise reduction. Fantastic night shots, just handheld. So really good. It's going to be really good for the car shows, and probably, well, I'm getting rid of the Panasonic's going, so I'll definitely use this for night shots. But it's also quite a small thing I might get into, maybe doing a bit of street photography. So I'm walking around the streets with just that, taking pictures and see what I get. So that's the Panasonic and the camcorder dropped off to CEX. So a few days time I'll have the money for those, which means that this Sony wouldn't have cost me anything. Not technically anyway. So, and they're out of my way now that I can use the other Sony specifically for the car shows. Now somehow I did manage to come out in the middle of a storm. It's not quite so bad at the minute, but it has been a bit of thunder, a bit of rain. If it does it again, I'll try and get some, but it's sort of on and off thunder. Okay, so the weather hasn't got any better, so I didn't really get to go and do anything in the storm because, as I said, it's just raining and horrible. So, also on the saving money front, talking about the camera, I also saved some money on the Switch the other day. I have a Nectar card. I've had a Nectar card for years and years and years, probably 20 years, and I've been saving money on the Nectar card for the last, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe longer. And money on that Nectar card just sat there, not spent it. I think once I spent a little bit on a kid's uniform for something that needed, it was in Sainsbury's, and then the rest of it's just built up and built up. I've been saving it for that sort of, you know, oh, it'll be for the first shop when I move in with somebody and have somewhere to live. That's not happened. And also, to be fair, at first shop, well, you could do that anyway with any money, so it really didn't need it for that, to be honest, and it's just been sitting there. So I suddenly realised, well, I've got Nectar money, why don't I get the bits I need for the Switch? So I've ended up with a couple of controllers. These are needed because my controller, as I said in a previous video about the Switch, the controller on the left hand side is dodgy and it keeps going up, and it's really difficult to play games, especially Luigi's Mansion against my son, which is a nightmare online because he keeps moaning that I can't play it, and I can't play it because the controller keeps moving. But they're a little bit brighter in real life. On the box it looks quite dark. I'm not so much the pink one, it's the green one I really sort of like the look of, obviously. They are a little bit difficult to get hold of most of the time, so I was well impressed. Saw them in Sainsbury's in Ashford the other day. Something else I saw whilst I've been out is a new drink, Morello Cherry and Pomegranate. I was kind of hoping it would be a different colour, like, you know, the Americans do this sort of like bright coloured, and this is just, well,
I am very disappointed!
Just looks like water. It is flavoured water, of course. Doesn't taste too bad, that's alright. Anyway guys, this is it for that video. Thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. If you do, please hit the like button down below. Think about hitting the subscribe button if you want to see more videos. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.